Aaron Whitlow
Ken Whalen.
with Swoop Squad. Today we are doing a versus mode of what?
Of a movie I'd never actually seen, and the remake, Halloween.
Halloween, the 1978 Halloween, I want to say 78, Halloween by John Carpenter, and the 2007 remake by Rob Zombie. So versus mode, head-to-head battle between these two titans
of horror.
The same titan of horror, but in different eras.
Yeah.
No! First one we watched was the 78 Halloween.
Yeah.
I want to say 78. If I apologize if I'm wrong. But it's in 70, 78, 78, 70, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we watched the original one starring Donald Pleasance as Dr. Sam Loomis, multiple people as Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, and PJ Souls as one of the friends, Linda, I say. Totally,
and Jamie Lee Curtis is Laurie Strode.
Is Laurie Strode? Yep. See, that's good. He'd never seen it, and he remembered the name. So
it was a good movie.
Yeah. So the plot, tell me, like a quick little plot of what the movie's about.
So the original is Michael Myers has grown up in an insane asylum after he murdered his sister.
His older sister. Yeah. Judith Myers.
And so on Halloween night, 15 years later,
that's right.
The power goes out in Smith's Grove, which that's one of the things I love about this movie. And all the lunatics are let out of the asylum, including Michael Myers, who ends up hijacking Dr. Loomis's car, which Dr. Loomis was his psychiatrist for the 15 years he was there.
Right.
Hijacks his car from the nurse that was driving with him.
Mm-hmm.
Heads back to
Haddonfield.
That's right. Haddonfield, Illinois, and becomes obsessed with Jamie Lee Curtis. It seems like, and
for no reason. In this version, for absolutely no reason at all, is obsessed with
Jamie
Lee Curtis. Laurie Strode. Yeah.
And ends up killing everybody around her, just about, except for the kids she was babysitting.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Michael. And then and then he goes off, like he says, on this killing spree. In this movie, it was not a lot of gore because it was a slasher. It's known as one of the very first slasher films, although Black Christmas predates this film. But
he doesn't use the visuals as the gotcha. It's all about the suspense and the feeling of terror, not the actual it's not to gross you out or make you feel nasty. It's just to scare the crap out of you.
Right. John Carpenter actually scored the film, so the little doo 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 doom, like. The actual the theme, John Carpenter came up with all that. He did a genius. The score is I would say the score in this film is another character in this film.
Oh yeah.
Because it really without the score it wouldn't be as scary. But you have that piano playing, man. That creepy piano.
Yeah, it's iconic. Just like in Friday the 13th, that.
Yeah.
It's iconic. It goes like when you hear the Halloween music, you immediately think of Michael Myers.
Yeah. And obviously, if you hadn't seen this movie, we don't mean to spoil it for you, but it has.
There's not a lot to spoil. He kills a lot of people.
Yeah, he kills a lot of people. The boogeyman, and Michael Myers in this film is the boogeyman.
As a matter of fact, it was.
You know, he was the boogeyman. He was coming after to actually be the boogeyman. And there was a great scene in the film where these bullies was picking on Tommy. And then one of the bullies ran off and ran right into Michael.
Yes.
And it was just, and he was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman.
So it's not much to talk about the first film. It was great. The mask was actually a William Shatner mask.
Which he gets from
the hardware store.
Yeah. Well, the Michael Myers mask?
Yeah, in the original he got it from the hardware store. Remember, because they pulled up their smoking pot.
They stole a bunch of Halloween
Halloween mask, rope, and knives. Yeah. But there's nothing to be alarmed about. It's just Halloween. Just punk kids.
Yeah.
But Sam Loomis, Dr. Sam Loomis, or Donald Pleasance playing Sam Loomis in this film, is by far a great. He's great as Sam Loomis. He played a guy that had this conviction of stopping this evil.
Yeah, he knew he was evil, and he was the only one who knew he was. He was the only one that knew.
He was like a harbinger of doom, pretty much, if you think about it.
Yeah, but he was also like the only one that could have possibly saved the day.
It was pure evil.
That's true. I agree.
Because even the cops weren't prepared to deal with this guy.
Oh, what makes you think he's gonna come back to Haddonfield? Blah 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 blah. You know, like, dude, I'm telling you, this dude that just murdered his sister 15 years ago.
And I talk to him every day. I know him better than anyone on this planet.
Yeah, he has emotionless eyes, the devil's eyes. He's coming back to Haddonfield to kill people.
Yeah.
You know, and then but you know, so that's the first movie. Now we're gonna jump over to Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's film. No! In this film, pretty much the same thing kind of goes
the same
along.
Movie. Except
I like, honestly, I like the way that they kind of went with the backstory on this one. It kind of, even though the first one is he's purely evil, had no reason behind. But I say it's his nature versus nurture in this case.
Take that damn thing off. You are starting to annoy me, boy.
I hate you.
And I hate you too.
When it comes to why Michael Myers, little blonde Michael Myers, and the fact that in the first original movie, he just kills his sister.
Yeah, you have no backstory at all. Just this little kid sees his sister hook up with a dude. Dude leaves. He goes up and murders her.
Yeah, and then in this one, the kid's bad crap crazy anyway.
Yeah.
But
you understand why.
But because she didn't take him trick or treating, and he was.
It wasn't even that. I mean,
well, everybody was buttholes to him too. But that gets back to nature versus nurture.
Yeah, The original movie, Michael Myers was nature. He was crazy because of nature.
That's just who he
have
was.
No other explanation.
Right.
In the second one, it was nurture, and you see why. He had his mother was a stripper who loved him. She loved him.
Right.
You know, she was trying to be a good mom. She went about it a really messed up way. She was dating a complete jerk who hated the kid.
Yeah, William Forsythe did a great job there.
Constantly picking on him, constantly calling him names, making him trying to make him feel bad and everything.
The older sister that just didn't like him either.
Yeah, and the only member of his family that he kind of connected with
is the baby. Boo.
Yeah.
And so, but you know, I don't know. So are you saying that pretty much the reason why he is so crazy is it because of his surroundings, or do you think it's a mixture between his surroundings and naturally just like he's amoral?
I don't think that he was. I don't think that as a child he was initially amoral. I think he became that way because I mean, think about it. Your mom's never home because she works nights. you're constantly getting made fun of at school because she's a stripper, and they're bringing in ads and showing him pictures of her almost naked, and calling her a whore and everything in front of him.
And talking about his big sister too.
Yeah, and his big sister saying that she does favors for very little money.
You know,
And then you have this stepfather figure who's not really a stepfather, who's
just
constantly making fun of you and trying to make you feel less
pretty
than
much
dirt.
Is pretty much like, when my hand heals, I'm gonna break it on your face.
Yeah, he's gonna break it again on his face. So he has to have some kind of outlet for all that anger, because when he's with his family, he's relatively calm. Like when the whole time
that's
Forsythe,
interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, because
so you're saying pretty much like his, like he takes into himself all this madness, and then he unleashes it, like, say first on like his little pet rat,
and then
like the cat, and then and then it just kind of builds from there. It's kind of like
snaps when his sister tells him that she's not going to take.
Well, first before that, he stamped on old Spy Kids dude.
Home,
Ken was like, "Yes,
yeah,
give that kid."
But he gets home, and then he just gets pushed even further over the edge when his sister, who tells his mom, "Yeah, I'll take him trick or treating,"
and said, "No, I'm not gonna do it."
Yeah, and runs upstairs with a boyfriend.
Yeah, and the film, man. So, and this is just the first. Notice how we spoke.
The first half of the film is why he is the way he is.
And I like that. I like not saying that John Carpenter didn't do a great job, but the backstory to this makes more sense to why Michael is who he is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Although I'm not saying it because they're just crazy people for no reason that's out there. This makes more sense because it's just in the original. What provoked you to kill your sister?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not implied that she didn't take him trick or treating. No one says the reason why is because she didn't take him trick or treating, or that she was a jerk to him, or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just he just snaps and kills his sister.
Which is really interesting because the original movie, you are scared of Michael Myers. You have this overwhelming sense of dread and fear through the whole movie. Whereas in the Rob Zombie version, you almost kind of, sort of, in a weird, twisted way, identify with Michael Myers.
Feel a little sympathetic.
A little bit of sympathy, and it's not so much like I wasn't scared at all in the remake. I halfway was rooting for Michael Myers, halfway was rooting for a few of the other characters, like Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
I hated that happened. Hated it because it was
I think that
I wanted there to be a redeeming quality to
I think the reason why he and this is just my thoughts on this is the reason why he killed Danny Trejo in this film was because I guess maybe to convey that he has no
he's not
redeeming quality.
Yeah, he's gone.
Right. No matter, I mean, Danny was a straight up nice dude to him since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Although Ken pointed out, gave him horrible advice.
He did give him really, really bad advice.
Dude, you are not a psychologist. Hush.
Yeah.
I know you meant well, but no, dude, it kind of backfired on you.
Yeah.
Backfired, man. You said go into yourself.
Yeah, he said just live inside your head. Bad advice for a kid whose head is that screwed up.
And has killed like what?
At that point,
4 people?
Killed 4 people.
Yeah. And
And you can technically say he even killed his mom.
Well, she's a horrible mother.
Yeah, but I mean, if he hadn't done that, she never would have got to the point.
That's true. But she was a horrible mom.
At the end, she was.
We realized that she was a horrible mom because we pointed out the fact. Me and Ken was watching the movie, and I hadn't seen it since I seen it initially, like years ago, 2007, I say. But we was watching the movie, and we're like, well, where's the baby at?
Yeah.
Where's Boo? And then we thought, well, and I thought, hey, it makes sense that all this murder and bloodshed happening at this house. Of course, social services will show up and take the kid away from her.
Yeah.
That's why she's sitting here and she's looking at these family videos and just really just feeling bad, feeling some type of way, as people say.
Yeah.
And she, offs herself. But then what do you hear?
The baby crying as soon as the gun goes off.
We're like horrible parents. Horrible.
Really bad mom.
But wow. But the movie in itself, Michael Myers, the way that they did this is to tie in like the original sequel to the film with this, where it's like, well, the reason why he's coming back is to get his sister.
Yeah.
In the original film, it wasn't even implied that Lord, like Dr. Strode, not Dr. Strode, I'm sorry, Dr. Loomis. I know it's Strode, but Dr. Loomis, Laurie Strode, but Dr. Loomis, the reason he didn't even, I mean, if that was a factor, wouldn't he have said, "This is his sister. He's coming to get his sister."
Yeah.
But that wasn't even a thought. But then when you see later on
in the remake,
actually the sequel to the original, you see he's gonna be all about, yeah, that's Michael's sister.
See,
and so it's like, you're gonna see, but and you're gonna be like, man, how is it just now you're gonna be about Michael's sister when you could have said that like now in the remake he said, yo, dude, straight up, he's coming to get his sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where he's coming. He's coming to get his sister.
He said specifically, it's his sister. We need to find out where she is. That's where he's gonna be. Then they get a phone call.
Yeah, man. The movie, man. Even older Michael Myers when he's like with the mask, and at first I hated the mask, but now it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that he would. I mean, in this film, it was more practical. It makes more sense why he did what he did, as far as like in the original, someone obviously taught this kid to drive. Someone obviously, he went to a store. You know what I'm saying? He went into a store and he stole some stuff.
Yeah.
He did all this stuff, and but yet in the remake, notice, if I'm wrong, tell me. I don't believe he ever drove it once. So
he had to have driven once at least. And
At
not
least
only
to
did he
get-
have to drive, he had to drive a tractor trailer.
did he get in the tractor trailer?
He had to have. They said it was over 100 miles away.
Crazy. Don't mind about miles. Did he walk?
I mean, why would he stop at the truck stop?
He stopped at the truck stop and he got the jumpsuit. He got out of his prison garb, his mental hospital garb, and beat up and killed that big black dude. And took his, and then that's why you seen him in his like long johns laying on the ground dead. And he took that.
Right,
And that's what he got.
sense. That
He
makes
didn't.
sense.
He didn't actually take the truck. He just got
Okay.
the outfit, man.
I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm gonna be a while. So, do you mind waiting somewhere else and let me pass this beast in peace? Look, brother. If you're looking for some kind of action, you better take it on the arches before I'm done dropping this load. Or you gonna be one sorry a-hole. I see. What we got here is failure to communicate. You just hold on, Daisy. I've got something for you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I'm gonna cut that mask right off your face. Come on!
There's this one scene that me and Ken watched, and I forgot all about it. Man, when it was just a lovely scene of Laurie Strode and her parents They're sitting on the porch, laughing, talking. Lori leaves. The mom goes up to go start a fire. The father sits and finishes his cigarette. And it was, and you think the scene's about to cut to Lori, right?
Yeah.
What does Michael do?
Comes out of nowhere and just slits the dad's throat, just murders him.
And goes into the house and then like
That
crumbles. I mean, I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man. You scared the crap out of me. Here is a cat.
It was really uncomfortable. But that, I will say this. Anybody that's watched us on the internet knows I'm not a big fan of horror movies and I hate jump scares. That was a good jump scare. Like, I was not upset with that at all. I was like, wow, excellent jump scare.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fight!
Versus mode.
Yes.
Versus. All right.
Fight!
Which Michael was the better Michael? The original Michael, that had no reasoning behind his doing what he did, or this Michael with purpose?
Well, first let's compare them, because the original Michael was creepy and scary, and you're freaked out by him. He never runs. He walks the whole time, which adds to the creepiness and the scariness. Now, the second Michael, he doesn't run either, but he walks really fast. Like, he has a purpose.
He has purpose. He's driven.
Yeah, which is arguably more scary than just some guy who's walking at a leisurely pace.
Right.
Both of them are super strong.
Mm-hmm. This one is super bigger, I think.
He seems a little taller, a little more buff. Yeah,
he's Sabretooth.
Yeah.
But, you know, the dude is just huge.
Yeah.
But
they both have that the overalls give them that look of just menacing overbearance. Like,
yeah. Because it's longer, there's no line that separates the pants from the.
Yeah, it's just one solid body. And to be honest with you, I think the new Michael Myers was scarier than the original, just for the fact that he is so brazen about his stalking. Like, he's only a few yards from people, just standing there watching them, whereas the original's like down the street
or outside,
or driving by in a car.
I agree with you, because there's a scene in the remake where Michael is like literally in the house behind the little girl, and she's watching TV.
Behind Lindsay.
He was just sitting there looking at her watching TV. That's creepy.
That is really creepy.
Like, he is there, you know. So I would say creepy factor, it goes to new Michael. Yeah. Remake Michael. Which Laurie Strode was better?
Hands down, without a doubt, Jamie Lee Curtis is
Jamie Lee Curtis wins.
Strode.
I agree. Sam Loomis. Which Sam Loomis? Donald Pleasance or Malcolm McDowell? Yeah, not Andy McDowell.
Yeah, that was a mistake. In my opinion, the original Sam Loomis is really. He's obviously an integral part of the movie.
Of the franchise.
Don't really get, like, he's awesome just because he knows Michael. Mm-hmm. Like, if it wasn't for him, you would have no backstory for Michael Myers whatsoever.
It's true. That's true. I never thought about it. If you remove Dr. Sam Loomis from the original Halloween movie, you would absolutely know. You wouldn't know why Michael is doing what he's doing. Yeah. This is so true.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that episode.
Okay.
But the Malcolm McDowell as Sam Loomis, while he's not integral to the backstory, because you kind of see the backstory, right. He is more fleshed out than the original Sam Loomis as well. You kind of understand Loomis's point of view more, because in the original it's just he knows Michael. That's it. In this one, he doesn't just know Michael, like, he's the expert on Michael. He's written books.
Well, well, the original is the expert too, but I don't like the fact that the new Sam Loomis writes books. I hate the fact that he used it for game. You know what I'm saying? He used it for gain. He used it to be a best-selling author.
But here's the thing about that though is for the past 15 years, the new Sam Loomis has spent every day of his life with Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Michael is a unique case. There's nobody like Michael Myers.
This is true.
So why not write a book about it?
I guess that makes sense. It's where that's all he's known for 15, 20 years.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
He talks to a person who doesn't talk back.
And he actually says this in the movie. He says, in a weird way, you become my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can kind of see that Michael and him has that type of relationship. I mean, Michael, if you think about it, was very merciful towards him. He didn't kill him.
He didn't have a chance really to kill him.
Maybe that's what he wanted to do, but he didn't. But he maimed him, but he did not kill him.
I mean, Sam Loomis in the remake is one of two people that understands Michael.
Who was the other?
Danny
Michael?
Trejo.
Oh, in the remake, you said.
In the remake.
Okay.
Danny Trejo understood.
I was thinking about the original.
Danny Trejo, treated Michael like a person.
Maybe he understood. Exteriorly, he understood.
He didn't know inside. No,
he didn't know internally what this kid's really about. All he knew was this is a kid, and he said, man, I've been taking care of this kid for 15 years.
Yeah. Don't mess with his stuff.
Yeah, don't mess with his stuff.
And he was, and Michael was so comfortable with him that he didn't need handcuffs when Danny came in to give him his food or anything. There was an understanding there, and in that sense, it was kind of cool because he never, when he did end up killing Danny Trejo's character, he hesitated.
Yeah, he really did.
He thought about it.
Yeah, but then I guess he didn't see no other, But let me ask you this real quick.
But I think the original Loomis was the better Loomis.
I agree.
Yeah.
One is the better movie. Let's get down to it.
I'm gonna get attacked
by fanboys,
murdered by fanboys. Keep in mind, everybody that's watching this who loves Halloween, and I know it's dear to everybody's hearts that's seen it. Which sounds kind of weird for a slasher movie, but anyway, I've never seen that movie before. I'd never seen the original Halloween. I'd never seen the remake Halloween, and I watched them back to back. The original Halloween was awesome. It was really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But it left a lot of questions in my head that were answered by the remake. So by that criteria alone, I'm gonna have to go with the remake being the better one. And I hate saying that because I'm okay.
You're not discrediting. You're not discrediting the original. It has its place.
Oh yeah. Without the original,
there would be no remake.
The world would be a different place.
This is true. This is so true.
Because that was the movie that kind of set it off for Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger, Scream, even. Jeepers Creepers, all these movies that everybody is so into. That's one of the ones that kicked it off for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So he says that he says that the remake is the superior movie as far as the one he liked the most. Yeah. My opinion, I love the original. But after watching the remake again, I know fanboys are gonna be like, what? But absolutely, which one? If I was to watch one of them right now again, I would have to watch the remake again. And
but you've seen the original.
I've seen the original 40 times, yeah. And so maybe it's not a fair assessment, but I like the remake. I like the backstory to the remake. I like the flushing out of the characters in the remake.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the only thing.
And that's what did it. It flushed out the characters, made the characters more real.
Yeah.
It's not so much, I guess blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not so much like just characters
not a lot of speculation.
without why they do what they do in this film, why they are this way, why they are that way. And I liked it. I would enjoy it.
So we both agree that the remake is the better movie?
We both agree that the remake is the better movie.
Yeah.
No! What other movies you think we should take down in versus mode? We're going to also take down Halloween 2 and Halloween 2 the remake. So I hope you stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell the people?
Hammer on that subscribe, share, like button. And thanks for watching.
Aaron Whitlow.
Ken Whalen.
We thank you for watching again.
No!